Welcome everyone to today's webinar. My name's Tom Wickenden. I'm an investment strategist here at Betashares. Been with the business for going on about 5 years now, more on the ETF side, but really excited today to be joined by Matt Fish, the head of product for Betashares Direct. Maybe Matt, just a quick introduction of yourself.
Yeah, it's great to be here, Tom. We've got a lot of questions from the community. I'm very excited to answer them today. My name's Matthew Fish. I'm the head of product, and I work alongside a great team at Betashares, building Betashares Direct.
Yeah, amazing. And as Matt said, look, obviously it's been very exciting, the launch of the Betashares Direct platform, and it's really been going from strength to strength in terms of the exciting news that's come out. We had, ETFs available on there. We've now got ASX shares and obviously the free brokerage feature. So, look, the questions from the audience have been, or from the investors have been, quite a lot of them. So we wanted to sit down and just dive into that with Matt. Before we do, just very quickly, the usual disclaimer that today's information is general in nature, doesn't take into account anyone's personal information. But with that, I think we'll dive right in. And I think the perfect starting point, Matt, is just, I guess, around the vision for Betashares Direct. How it came about, and why did Betashares decide to launch Direct?
Yeah, it's a great place to start. So first and foremost, Betashares is really dedicated to helping Australians build wealth, and we're very proud in our mission to do that. Right now, I think we just manage over 44 billion assets under management. We have over 90 funds in market helping people build wealth. And serving over 1 million investors, and that's something we're very proud of. But in helping Australians and understanding how we solve their problems, one of the things we really wanted to do was combine our know-how with helping Australians build wealth and building great products and ETFs, and coupling that with technology. And technology really does help people build wealth. And so not only are we offering like a great experience with investing, but we're trying to use technology to automate good investing habits, and that's really what Betashares Direct is about.
Yeah, awesome. It makes sense, right? I mean, we talk about how ETFs themselves democratize investing in a very large way, which is kind of through technology itself. And I guess, as you say, it feels like a fairly natural step to not just offer low-cost ETFs, but enable investors to get access to those ETFs in a really efficient way. Look, most of the questions we got from the webinar, understandably, were around this free brokerage feature. So I think we'll just dive right into that to start off with. Questions around why, how, what. So we'll start with the why. Why free brokerage for Betashares Direct?
Yeah. So free brokerage, fundamentally, we don't believe price should be a barrier for anyone to start building wealth, or whether you're experienced investor, whether you're new to investing. We just wanted to make investing and the ability to create wealth accessible. And so, making investing brokerage free is a really good starting point.
Yeah.
And so by offering zero brokerage, we are also really proud to not only just, offer a really great experience with building wealth, because dropping brokerage is a part of that. But also, in terms of building wealth, it's all about minimizing your costs to maximize your returns. And in actual fact, when you invest and you buy on a recurring basis, whether it's dollar cost averaging, or sometimes you exit some of your holdings, those are costs that actually can hurt performance of your portfolio. So just minimizing those costs as much as possible is a really great way to build wealth.
Yeah.
And so fundamentally, that's what we believe in.
Yeah, no, 100%. I mean, I think back to when I started investing, or even talking to my a younger sister, for instance, who wanted to start investing, and if she wants to put in $100 a week, let's say, or $100 a month, $5 or $10 brokerage is a pretty big inhibitor, a pretty big factor that can really dispel people from wanting to invest. So it's an awesome feature. A lot of the questions were also around, okay, so what ETFs and what shares are free brokerage available on the platform?
Yeah, so right now on Betashares Direct, you can access not only just Betashares ETFs with zero brokerage, but all ETFs traded on the ASX. And we just think that's a really important thing to offer.
Yeah.
ETFs, as you said, have really democratized wealth. They're really great building blocks to building wealth. terrific to build core portfolios. So yeah, all the ETFs trade on the ASX, are accessible in direct and free brokerage. And recently, we're very excited to announce that we also offer access to the top Australian companies in Betashares Direct too. So we just offer over 300 Australian shares on Betashares Direct, brokerage-free. And so, we're very proud to also offer shares. And we feel, as great as ETFs are to helping build great portfolios and build long-term wealth, shares are a part of the investment puzzle as well. And there's a lot of investors out there in Australia who like investing in shares, whether it be Woolies and BHP and these companies we know and love. We just thought it was a part of building wealth, and we are very proud to offer free brokerage for those shares.
Yeah, no, exactly. It makes sense. I think, I guess to reiterate, because I think a lot of the questions around that, it's not just the Betashares ETFs, it's all the ETFs, all the shares. So it's a really awesome step forward for Australian investors. It's really awesome. Another question that came through just around this zero brokerage is there a cap on the zero brokerage? So someone actually asked an example. If they want to invest $100,000 into a single ETF, be it one trade or over a week, will they still receive that zero brokerage?
Yes, no cap.
No cap.
So you can invest any amount of money on Betashares Direct, ETFs and shares. We have a minimum of $10.
Sure.
But there's no cap on the actual maximum amount you can invest. It would be zero brokerage.
There you go. Yeah, nice and simple, that one. And then a very important one that we've seen, in the Australian market, we have seen other, brokers or wealth platforms come to the market and have offers of free brokerage that have been, I guess, limited in their time. So a question we got was, is this brokerage-free investing, is this just an introductory offer or what's the go there?
Yeah, so not an introductory offer. Fundamentally, free brokerage ties into what we call our better investing philosophy. For us, it's not about a marketing gimmick or a promotion by any means. At its core, we've built and designed Betashares Direct for long-term investing. And we wanted to make sure that as a business, we're incentivized to help investors build long-term wealth. And we felt charging brokerage price actually can work against the customer's best interest. And so, our business goals are aligned to the customer goals.
Yes.
So if the customer succeeds in building wealth, so do we. Not a promotion, not a gimmick. It really, for us, is a philosophical difference, I think, to other platforms out there.
No, it's really exciting. I mean, and that philosophy, aligns with the Betashares business from the start, right? Like the offering ETFs, low cost passive ETFs to investors, was trying to bring those fees down, trying to teach people about buying and holding for the long term. And this is just, I guess, a really amazing evolution of what the business has built over 14 years now. So I guess an important question and a natural question for a lot of investors to help gain confidence is, okay, I understand, I trust that there's free brokerage now, it's ongoing, but you are a business. How do you make money if you don't charge brokerage?
Yeah, so our goal is to help people build long-term wealth. That's our commitment to Australian investors. And as I said, we succeed if the customer succeeds. That's really important to us. And so our goal is to help investors make really good financial decisions and build really good portfolios. Like fundamentally, like educate customers about asset class, portfolio construction. So it's our challenge to help people become better investors. And really what that means in terms of how we make money is, if you were to invest in any one of our 90 plus funds, Betashares funds, to build a portfolio, build wealth, or you may choose to invest in a managed portfolio that's built by our investment experts. We have a range of portfolios on Betashares Direct. Or even you choose to build a custom portfolio, which with technology we use to automate and rebalance for you. We earn a low transparent management fee on those products. And so really that's sort of where our diversified revenue streams come from. Is through our own ETFs and the portfolios and the custom portfolios features we have on platform.
Yeah, great. So I guess to simplify that, obviously you can invest in any ETF, but if you do happen to choose a Betashares ETF on the platform, there's obviously the existing underlying management fees that we already charge those funds no matter where you buy them, direct or anywhere. And then these really cool features. I use Direct now, and I use the custom portfolio feature myself. And I'm happy paying that low transparent fee for it, because in my mind, I used to try this before on a different platform, but it was just a bit onerous to have to select, let's say, 6 ETFs is what I use now, and to have to invest and re-weight them myself it's too onerous with brokerage. Whereas now I just kind of set what I want, set the percentage I want, and I dollar cost average into that, and it's a really awesome feature. So from a user experience, I'm happy paying that fee for that type of service.
Oh, it's great using that feature, Tom. It's actually quite a popular feature on Direct, the custom portfolio. It allows investors to bring their own investment strategy and their own ideas, and set their own percentage allocations to ETFs, or it could be shares as well, and then automate your investing. And so that automation really helps you become a better investor too, because you can rebalance your portfolio, or you can set recurring deposits, you can automate reinvestment of income. And so that's why we charge these low transparent management fees for that automation.
Yeah, no, awesome. I really enjoy it. Maybe moving on from free brokerage now. So I forgot to mention at the start of the webinar, we will have some time. We'll aim to have some time once I've got through these questions. So when people signed up for the webinar, they asked hundreds of questions. We're going through the most popular ones of those now. At the end of the webinar, though, I will look to the live chat to try and answer any more questions that come through there. Any we don't get to, we'll aim to reply to you after. So please do. As you're listening along, if you have any questions, just flick them through, and we'll try and answer them at the end as well. But with that, we might move on from the zero brokerage and move into transfers, because this was another very popular question. I guess people wanted to understand why we're doing this, understand some of those features which are better, like free brokerage, and understand, okay, practically, can I get onto Direct with my current holdings? So just very simply, to start, Matt, can investors transfer their holdings across from a different broker to Betashares Direct?
Yes. So we make that really easy in Betashares Direct. We try to remove all paper processing as much as possible. So if you go on Betashares Direct, you can initiate a transfer form, and it's a digital form. And it takes only a couple of minutes to complete. You add the ETFs or shares you want to transfer to Direct. You can even enter your purchase price history as well if you wanted to get accurate reporting or tax reporting. And the process usually takes somewhere between 3 to 5 days. So we've made that really easy, and you can transfer your holdings across from any broker or platform.
Yeah, that's great. And since I know there's obviously the app on the phone. There's also the web version. Can you do it on either or for that form?
You can, yeah, and that's a good point to raise. Like Betashares Direct is available on both mobile and web. But that form is available on mobile and web.
Yeah, amazing. And then another question here. Getting a little more on the technical side for those that understand. CHESS sponsored brokerage, etc. If they hold on CHESS sponsored broker, can they still transfer over? And then second to that, I guess, what can they transfer over? What's restricted? What's available to get onto Direct?
Yes, you can transfer from CHESS sponsored broker. And so currently we offer all ASX traded ETFs.
Yes.
So you can transfer any ETF across to Betashares Direct. We offer roughly 330 of the top Australian shares. And so any one of those shares in that investment universe can be transferred to Betashares Direct. And we have on our website actually a link of the investment universe. But if you wanted to transfer any other of your shares to Betashares Direct that isn't on our list, we're very happy to facilitate that transfer. If you just contact our support team, they're very responsive, and that request will be passed to our team. And then we really want to make sure that the Australian shares that you access on Betashares Direct is really complementary to building wealth. So we can't offer all shares.
Sure.
Like specky shares, for example, that are usually used for trading. But generally speaking, if we would actually enable that transfer. So very happy to take those requests, and we can put them through.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, right? It's an investor there with a share they genuinely use for investing, and the team will look at it and maybe put it on that. That's really great. And then another question, you mentioned this earlier about inputting the cost price. This might be more on the technical side for some, but some might be well across this. When you do transfer the shares or ETFs over, I guess for reporting purposes, it's important to understand that cost price. So people are asking, are they able to edit that cost price, or how does that work on the Betashares Direct side?
Yeah, we've been getting a lot of requests from customers to be able to edit their price. So yeah, we listen to our customers and we just want to make the product better.
Yeah.
So we are actually working on this feature right now, where after you've transferred your ETFs or shares, you are able to actually edit your historical price.
Okay, yeah.
And that's a really great thing to do because it allows you on Direct to, one, get accurate performance reporting, and historical reporting, which is really great. And also, we offer a really great tax service as well. So you get, we'll get to it later in the questionnaire, but that information also helps with your tax return.
Yeah, we did get a lot of questions about reporting too, so we'll get to that a little later on. We're going to jump into some of the features now. Before we do, actually, I was scanning the live chat here, and one that's very easy to answer, maybe we didn't cover because we're talking about buying. Zach has just asked, with the free brokerage, is that for selling and buying or just for buying?
Yeah, selling and buying.
Selling and buying. Yeah, very, very simple one there. So yeah, selling and buying the shares or the ETFs. So I wanted to dive into a few of the features now. We got some questions through about, we already kind of talked a bit about the custom portfolios, but one that people were pretty excited about was the auto invest feature. So maybe as a background, it's like, why auto invest, and then what is auto invest, I guess? Yeah.
Well, one of the great ways to build wealth and build long-term wealth is to dollar cost average.
Yeah.
Dollar cost averaging is where you take your total investment amount and you spread it over time. It's a really effective way to invest and very popular on Betashares Direct. So auto invest is really about automating the ability to invest on a recurring basis into single ETFs.
Yeah.
So the Betashares auto invest feature, you can set up to 5 recurring orders into Betashares ETFs. It does exclude, however, short ETFs.
Sure. Okay.
And so, but yeah, it's a really popular feature on Betashares and just a great way to build wealth through repetition.
Yeah, no, it really is. I mean, some of the work I do in my role as an investment strategist is looking into investor biases, and I like, from personal experience, I know from before, I'd want to invest every month recurring, right? And it gets to the time where I'm meant to, and I'd look at the market and go, oh, geez, it's looking a bit toppy or looking a bit expensive, and I'd forego it. And we've actually got a really good study on our website called "When is the best time to invest?" One of our portfolio managers did a study over 30 years, and it kind of looks into, is it good to DCA or invest straight away, etc. And it turns out DCAing is a great way to invest, and actually holding off and trying to time the market is as many of us know, really difficult and not very effective. So having this automatic feature is really awesome. It's helped me get over some of my biases as well.
Yeah, we're all human and emotions are a normal thing, but it's exactly that. Like, it's using technology and automation to take the emotions out of investing. And it's great. You can set it up and then forget about it and focus on your career and your friends. And I use it too. It's just a great way to build wealth.
Yeah, and when you start piecing the puzzle together, you got low cost ETFs as low as 4 basis points. You've got free brokerage, and you've got auto investing. It's pretty exciting what technology has enabled for the everyday person to build wealth now. It's pretty amazing. And then the next question there is, what securities are eligible for auto invest?
So auto invest Betashares ETFs, excluding short ETFs.
Sure.
So yeah, just that's an important distinction. It's just exclusively Betashares ETFs. Yeah. We had actually a lot of questions around, are we going to offer it for other ETFs? That's something that we are listening to, and we're getting that from customers. But as currently today, it's Betashares ETFs only.
Yeah, so you did answer that, but it's good that you had an extra add-on to put on there. Look, I did mention earlier how I use the custom portfolio. We did get more questions around it, but the question I took from the pre-ask was, what's the benefit of creating a custom portfolio? I don't know if we fully answered that, so maybe if you could answer that, or if there's anything else you wanted to talk about on the custom portfolio space.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the key benefit for custom portfolios is you get to control the way you want to build a portfolio. And so we offer a range of managed portfolios, which are built by Betashares experts. But if you feel like you had your own strategy you want to implement, or you had your own asset allocation in mind, custom portfolios allows you to control that. And so you can build a custom portfolio of ETFs and shares actually. And when we release shares, you can actually build a custom portfolio of up to 50 shares if you want to, a mix of ETFs and shares. So it's a brand new capability that we've offering Australian investors. So yeah, it's just a really great way to build your own strategy. And in addition to just building your own allocation of assets and securities, you can control the way you want to rebalance that portfolio. You can control the way you want to reinvest. You can receive your income from your portfolio as cash, or you can choose to reinvest it. And what we do, you set those parameters, and we do all the hard work for you. We do all the rebalancing with the technology that we've built. So yeah, it's just we're getting a lot of engagement with that feature. And I'm biased, but it's for what it is and what you can achieve with it. To get that with a low transparent management fee, I think is a really good thing for Australians.
Yeah, no, I agree. Like working in my role, I do most of my work with financial professionals, and the way a lot of that industry is going is financial planners or even some brokers will stop wealth managers, that is, not platforms. They'll use model portfolios from provided by other investment houses. So this is the way they invest, and the custom just allows you, I guess, to create your own model portfolio, which is really cool in my eyes. So I still like to be a bit active, and the way I'm active now is by building my custom portfolio. But then the way I'm passive is with the recurring investment, with the that side of things, which is a great combo to have. Moving on from custom portfolios, then maybe on some of the back end, we did get a lot of interest around the reporting. I know from having worked alongside you for a while, there's a lot of time spent making sure we built out really great, robust, and I'd probably say market-leading reporting. So I guess what tools does Betashares Direct provide to help streamline portfolio administration?
Yeah, so we have this great feature where you can, for all the ETFs, shares, portfolios that you have on Betashares Direct, we have a tool where you can check the total return history of your portfolio. And it's very easy to access on mobile and web. And what we wanted to do with this particular reporting tool is bring into the platform you use to invest. Buy, sell securities, dollar cost average, bring that reporting capability into the platform so it's all in one place. And it actually makes you a better investor too. So you actually can check your history, check your performance, check your total return. You can actually filter it by looking at just ETFs or just looking at the managed portfolios or custom portfolios you have. So it's quite dynamic. So yeah, it's just a really good tool to just check how am I actually going? Am I performing well? Maybe I need to diversify my portfolio. So that's a really nice tool to streamline reporting. Because we're a platform, in addition to portfolio performance charting, we do offer quarterly reporting to our customers as well. So every quarter you get a statement of your account. And yeah, it's just a nice way to summarize all your reporting in one place. And I'll lastly say, we have a transparent timeline and activity feed of all your transactions. So if you a lot of our customers actually have their own Excel files and they check their performance. So you can actually download all that data on CSV and just use that to do your own reporting outside of Direct as well.
Yeah, it's really. So I used to do it myself on Excel. So it's really handy. I'd really encourage any investors kind of platform, if you jump on there, instead of if you're just buying something, maybe check out the reporting and the performance reporting. It's really awesome, I think. I guess then on the other side of things, so in terms of statements, if we think about tax time, can be a bit of a burden for investors and accountants. What statements does Betashares Direct provide at that time of year, tax time?
Well, because we're making investing so accessible, we wanted to make sure we didn't burden investors with life admin at the end of the year.
Yeah.
So we just wanted to make tax really, really easy.
Mm-hmm.
So there's two things you get at the end of the year. The first is a tax statement,
Mm-hmm.
and this is a single statement which aggregates all your investing across ETFs, shares, portfolios, and gives you a single tax statement of your income. And that information is then pre-filled
Mm-hmm.
and sent to MyGov. And so, you know, there's no need to go to your registry providers and download your AMIT statements for ETFs. It's all done automatically for you, and just saves a lot of time at the end of the year.
Yeah.
So that's the first thing we do. The second thing we do is we actually provide investors with a CGT statement.
Mm-hmm.
So in addition to tax on your income you receive from your investments, we also provide a summary of your capital gains tax. And so that's something we automate as well. Currently, it's built on a FIFO basis.
Yeah.
And so with that CGT statement, you're also saving a lot of time because you don't have to calculate what your capital gains, capital gains or loss might be for your investing on direct. So with those two statements, and we put a lot of work into that, we just thought it was the right thing to do, and it just goes into building wealth and making that easy and accessible. It's great for me because I built direct and I have a lot of testing and I have hundreds of transactions, so I didn't want to burden myself basically with a big a lot of tax work. So, we just try to automate that as much as we can for the investor.
Yeah, no, I've actually got a mate. He's quite a keen investor. We've got a little investment chat we talk, and he's an accountant as well. So he gets, end of year, he gets all these reports from different investors, different platforms. And one of the things he was most impressed about on Betashares Direct was actually the tax reporting. So there you go. Look, that covers a lot of the I guess bigger sections we wanted to talk about. I thought what would be good is we got some questions through that are probably easier just to answer, more of a quick fire nature. So I'll just rattle those off now for you. The first one is, are SMSF accounts available?
Yes,
they are,
and that's individual trust and corporate trust.
There you go, individual and corporate. When are joint accounts available?
Working on it. Q1 next year.
Q1 next year. And what about accounts for minors?
Working on it. Q1 next year.
I'm excited. I got a little nephew actually, so I want to start investing for him. And what about US shares and ETFs?
Yeah, we're getting a lot of demand for US shares and ETFs at the moment. I'll say it's on our roadmap.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. The US market is obviously just a huge market globally. Yes. And building wealth is all about accessing great companies and great ETFs potentially too in other jurisdictions. So it's on our roadmap. So
it's part of the vision. Wow, that's pretty exciting. And then is it CHESS sponsored? If not, why is that?
So Betashares Direct is not CHESS sponsored. We are a proud custodial model.
Yeah.
So we get this question a lot.
Naturally.
And the reason we've decided to be a custodial model is for a few things. Number one is we really wanted to innovate in this space and use technology to innovate the way we build wealth. And so a lot of the things we've talked about, which is, portfolios, ability to, invest in portfolios, invest in ETFs with zero brokerage, invest in shares, reporting and tax, that's all made possible because of our decision to be a custodial model and be a platform. And we felt that we wanted to build global best standards with investing and bring that to Australia. And most of the platforms used overseas in the US and Europe are custodial models. So we, in addition to that, wanted to mention that the assets that you hold on Betashares Direct are held by an independent custodian, which is Citibank. And we have all the controls and processes in place to, and it's obviously a regulated product as well. So we're very cognizant of the fact of the people are very asking questions around custody.
Yeah.
But we made sure we appointed the right custodian and also chose the right model and platform approach to help Australians build wealth.
Yeah, I think it's fair to say and fairly well understood that if you want to bring these not just Australian but world leading features, it is much more, just only feasible really on that model. So there's that one, and then this is a good one, probably less quick fire, but just we can talk about it. What's on the pipeline for Betashares Direct? What are you excited about? What's coming soon? What's in the future?
Yeah, we have some really exciting
Mm-hmm.
products and initiatives on the pipeline. I mentioned a few, joint accounts, kids accounts, are things that our customers really want, and then we're working on those. I want to solve a lot of problems in those areas. I would love to sit here today and go into detail about what we're going to build. But I think I don't want to give too much away to our community and keep it as a surprise. But I will say this, what we build and our roadmap is generally led by our customers.
Yeah.
And so we have invested in making sure we spend time with the customer, and we're making sure we solve the right problems. So I would encourage everyone listening to this webinar to suggest things that they want on platform, and that can actually inform what we build.
Yeah.
So that's the first thing, just listening to the customer and being customer led. But beyond that, we have our own ideas, and very excited to bring some new innovations to Australian investors in 2025.
Yeah, sounds exciting. I mean, I've seen the work the team's done, reach out to customers, going and meeting with them, and the interviews. So yeah, we'd heavily encourage anyone who already invests or who wants to invest to reach out to the team and just provide suggestions and see where that can lead us.
Yeah, I'd love to hear from everyone.
Yeah. Look, I think we can jump to some of the audience questions now. I'll filter through these. I'll start with one though. So, some of the advantages of investing with Betashares Direct over other platforms.
Yeah, so I think we have a lot of advantages. I'll start by saying we purposefully built Betashares Direct to not be a broker. So if you use Betashares Direct, one of the things you'll notice is the design is a bit different. It's designed for long-term investing. So what you won't see on Betashares Direct is candlestick charts and lots of analysis. We intentionally have designed it to be a simple UI and focused on long-term wealth creation. The reason I think that's an advantage is because we just want to help people get the basics right. Pick the right investments, diversify your portfolio, have access to those investments, minimize costs as much as possible, give great reporting and tax, and just make the process of wealth building better. So that's a key advantage. We don't pride ourselves in saying we're a better priced product. It really for us comes down to the experience. So I think the experience is a key advantage for us. I'll probably just pause there.
Yeah, I was going to say to your point there about keeping it simple, not overcomplicating it, because it can be such a burden. Like a lot of my friends who want to get into investing, there's so much information and so much going on, and I think a lot of the features that Betashares Direct has just allows you to keep it relatively simple. You can obviously still get as complex as you want, but you can keep it simple, get those high decisions right, and I think that's a really, really big advantage of the platform.
Yeah, and I will just drill into that a bit more. It's worth noting on our web app, that's where we've introduced a bit more complexity. So if you are an experienced investor, the web app is this great destination where, going back to custom portfolios, and I'm tying back to your question of what advantages we have. We've got really great features where you can screen ETFs and shares for things like fundamentals, performance, and with our whole universe of ETFs and shares, you can build portfolios from screening, and that I don't see that on any other broker platforms.
No.
So you turn sort of like discovery of investment options and research into action, and that's really what we pride ourselves on, is to making action orientated and using technology to automate it. So that's another benefit I'll call out.
Yeah, no, definitely. That's really good. Another one is there a minimum amount to invest with Betashares Direct?
Small minimum, just $10 on individual ETFs and shares. There's no minimums on portfolios. That's very accessible.
Yeah, we we talked about, here's an easy one, I think. We talked about how you can obviously transfer holdings from elsewhere. We confirmed that you can do it from Chess over to this model. Someone's asked, can you transfer from a non-Chess broker over?
Yes.
Yeah. Nice and simple, that one.
So as custodial broker,
yes,
you can transfer for our online form.
Cool. Okay. I can't fully follow what that's saying. It's asking here. I can't remember if we actually spoke about. We touched on a bit, but with that choice of ASX 300, I believe there's a specific reason it's the around 330 at the moment because there was a certain limit. Is that right? So someone's just asked, would you extend it beyond that 300, or what that point
absolutely.
is? Yeah.
Like I said, the more requests we get from the community, we'll keep adding to that universe. We really make sure we put on quality companies onto Betashares Direct to build wealth. Just for visibility, it's really just the threshold around the market cap of that particular share. But like the universe will grow over time. But right now it's around 330. And we'll just keep listening to customers and try and understand what shares they want on platform, and we'll bring that to them.
Yeah, it's perfect. Another one here. This is around, I guess, just fees more broadly. Someone's asked, since you've appointed Citibank as a custodian, do the individual investors, say they come on the platform, do they pay a fee for that or something? So I guess people drilling into this idea of, are there any hidden fees or anything on the platform?
Transferring?
No, not transfer. If they're on the platform, do they have to pay Betashares a bit to help pay for our custodial relationship with Citibank?
Great question. No, that's no. You will find on some brokers there's things like inactivity fees. We don't charge any fees like that. There's no entry fees. The fees that we charge on Betashares Direct relate to those management fees that I mentioned for our own ETFs, which is the same fee you pay on any broker. The portfolios that I mentioned, there's zero brokerage, and we have a cash wallet which is used to fund your investments.
Yes.
So the interest earned on that cash wallet, we retain that interest, and that's a fee we disclose in our PDS.
Yeah. Another one that's been asked in a few different ways. It's around, the platform's been built for long-term wealth growth, and with free brokerage, obviously there are going to be some investors out there who would be very keen to use that for, trading, high frequency trading, even if you will. And so I guess some investors have picked up on this from the PDS, but they're just asking about that. Trading limit or any trading limitations within the platform.
Yeah, that's a great question. So our philosophy is all about building a product which helps investors build long-term wealth. And we've designed Betashares Direct not so much to be about frequent trading. And the reason for that actually ties into what you're talking about with your biases, right? So sometimes what happens as an investor, you sort of get lured into the pitfalls of fear and greed, and that can cause you to transact quite a lot. And so we're trying to really enforce a strong discipline when it comes to investing, and so we really try to discourage frequent trading on Betashares Direct. So frequent trading is like buying and selling the same security many times over.
Yes,
is not really the platform is not designed for that. So we've implemented some rules around long-term investing, which is all disclosed on our website. It's transparent, and really what it is there's a limit where you are unable to buy and sell the same security more than 3 times in 30 days. And so it's the same security in a 30-day period. Most investors would never sort of get to that limit, but if you are, say, a frequent day trader, Betashares Direct is not designed for that.
That's fair. That's fair to put it. Very interesting. A few of these, I think, a few have come through that we've already answered. So I'll just run them off quickly. One was around joint accounts. Would love to have a joint account. I think Matt mentioned hopefully Q1 next year. So actually, that's just around the corner now. Again, just another question here from Claire, just around, can you please confirm there's no ongoing fees if you just sign up and hold individual shares or ETFs outside of the model portfolios or custom portfolios. That's
no fees. No.
That's correct.
I'll be very clear here because my legal team will make sure I'm very, very specific. There's no sort of inactivity fees or custodial fees for those holdings.
Yes.
But I'll just mention when I say fees, if you do hold cash in the wallet, we retain interest on that cash.
Sure.
But other than that, if you just hold those securities, no, there's no ongoing fees.
There you go. Yeah, that should answer that one easily. Okay, so I've got a few more. Let me just sift through these quickly. Is there an update to when shares launch? Okay, a question actually is around superannuation beyond SMSFs. Some investors noting that Betashares as the company did make an acquisition of a super fund. Is that something to do with Direct? Is that something we can even talk about?
Yeah, great question. We're really excited about that purchase. So super is a big part of the journey of building wealth.
Yeah.
So you accumulate wealth outside of super to save for specific financial goals. Obviously, super is just a really great mandate in Australia to save for retirement. With that acquisition of Betashares Super, yes, we have plans to bring that into Betashares Direct.
Yeah.
Where you can, with a single account, be able to invest outside of super and save for retirement in super, all in one place.
Yeah, that'll be pretty amazing. Someone's asked just on that, I guess. Daniel's asked, let's fast forward to that time. In theory, once we have that, I'm doing my investing normally on Betashares. I've got my superannuation on there. I guess one of the interesting things is the reporting side, because at the moment it can be hard. I've got my investments in super, I've got my investments on Direct. I can't have that reporting, but I assume part of the advantage will be the reporting around that and what you can offer investors in that sense.
Yeah, absolutely. You can you'll be able to get that reporting under a single account. So that's a huge benefit of having one place. And like with super, we really we just want to help Australians get the basics right and engage them with super. I think that's a big problem to solve. So having it in one account is a great way for you to engage with your super more. Track the performance of your portfolio. So that reporting is a big aspect to it.
Yeah, great. Look, we're coming up on the 45-minute mark, so I think we've managed to answer all the questions. Oh, here's one. So just on that, we talked about the three buy, sell in the 30-day rule. The trades under that, is brokerage charged? No. So if
no brokerage charged.
No brokerage charged, irrespective on that one. Actually, we have had a few questions about cash. So say you have a investment in an ETF and it pays a distribution. Where does that cash go? Is there an account on the Betashares app? Is there DRP available? Maybe around that side of things.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought this up. So one of the great things about Betashares Direct is when you invest in an ETF or share, you can set your DRP settings in the app. So when you receive income, you can elect to receive that as cash, and that cash is sent to your wallet, your cash wallet, and you can use that to invest in other things, or you can just withdraw it from the platform and use it to, back to your personal bank account.
Yes.
Or you can just reinvest it. That's really you can set those parameters in that. So to answer the question specifically, it's received in your cash wallet, which is a wallet you use to deposit money into to make investments and also make withdrawals.
Yeah, good. Here's another one from Chris. It's talking about, this is on, I assume, if someone's holding an individual share on the platform, just asking if there are, certain corporate actions. Can they engage with those, the investors?
Yeah, I think maybe the question's specific to voluntary corporate actions, things like share purchase plans. So currently, we don't offer the ability for investors to participate in those voluntary corporate actions. However, in terms of the things we're looking at and then working on
Yeah.
into 2025. That is one of the things
Yeah.
that we're looking at. We appreciate the importance of that to some of our investors.
Yeah.
Not currently available,
but on the roadmap. On the
roadmap.
roadmap. Yeah, great. Look, I think we've covered a lot. We've covered a lot of space. We've covered a lot of the live questions as well. Hopefully, we've been able to answer a lot of what everyone's asking. Look, as I mentioned, if there's anything we did miss, we'll have the customer service team screen through the ones asked before and live. But I think that'll be a good time to probably conclude the webinar. Obviously, look, if there's lots of questions that keep going through, we can do this on a fairly frequent basis. I think it's a really great way to engage with the audience, to get through a lot of questions and provide some exciting updates live. So that's been really good. What we'll do is we've got a few concluding slides here. This one here. So this one is a QR code that you can scan to actually download Betashares Direct. So if you're not using it at the moment, you can go and check it out and check out all the very exciting features that the team's already developed, and keep an eye on all the things that are going to come in the future. I guess just to summarize what we've covered, I don't know, Matt, do you mind covering off on this quickly?
Absolutely. All this, we have a really great website which communicates the Betashares Direct product and the benefits really well. But just for everyone's benefit, and I'm looking over here at the slide, so apologies. So the core benefits and features that we're bringing our investors. Number one is zero brokerage investing, and the ability to invest in all ASX traded ETFs and some of the largest Australian companies, and we offer over 300. The ability to build wealth through repetition, so set recurring orders into auto invest. And so you can invest brokerage-free on a recurring basis in up to 5 Betashares ETFs. And the ability to invest in managed portfolios, which are just a great product to build your core around as well. And those are designed by the Betashares experts, portfolio managers. And we have a range of portfolios that we offer, and little insight to the future. We're offering more portfolios soon, so that's something I'll just that's coming. So we'll keep offering more portfolios to help Australians build wealth. It's a really nice feature, and we touched on custom portfolios too. So those are the ways you can build wealth in Betashares Direct, and we couple that with smart investing tools. So just to summarise the things we talked about, that's the tax statements, CGT statements. Really trying to take that life admin away at the end of the year. Performance reporting, the ability to set your DRP settings in platform. The ability you can create individual accounts. You can then create SMSF and trust accounts, and you can switch between those accounts in under the same profile on your mobile app and web app. And just automating, using technology to automate recurring deposits, automate rebalancing of portfolios, and automating reinvestment of income. So we've done a few of these webinars now. We're super proud of what we've built. We are not stopping by any means. We have a lot more we want to do. So this is currently what Betashares Direct offers, but we'd love to keep hearing from the community and customers, and really try and inform what we do next.
That's a great summary. And as Matt mentioned, we'll keep doing more webinars. We'll keep engaging with the customers as much as we can, because ultimately, the platform is for them, right? And their feedback and their suggestions and ideas will help us inform what we should be doing. A few people have said, around replays in the slide deck. There will be a replay of this available on YouTube afterwards, so you can watch at your own pace, go back over it if you need. So that'll be available on YouTube after. It should be sent out to everyone who attended as well. And as mentioned, look, if you did send through a question and I didn't pick it up, apologies for that. But the customer team's going to go through all the questions, and anything we didn't cover or that's on the replay, they'll get back to you, rest assured. So with that, I'll just say, I guess, a closing disclaimer that, again, all the advice today was general in nature. This is more around investing itself, but there are risks in investing, so make sure you understand the risks and read the PDS and TMD with that, I'll just say a massive thank you to Matt and everyone who joined us today, and conclude.
Thanks, Tom. It was a lot of fun.
Matt, awesome.